So what are the different types of current that we give here at Nessie's? There are a few different ways to give current to destroy a hair root, and they are both wonderful. They're both effective. They both have their pros and cons. What we do is we look at your skin type, your hair type, and your medical history and determine what's the best way to get you results the most efficiently. One method is what we call thermolysis or high frequency, or in the Apolis world, this machine's called an Apolis. We call it the microflash or the flash. And it's a very local current. So what we do is we take our probe, we put it into your hair follicle under magnification, and then we give one directed current. Zap! And that current is just at the base of your hair follicle. It doesn't go anywhere else in the body, and it's a desiccating heat that basically kills the root of the follicle. After that, we can test the hair and pull it out. It's fast. It's 0.003 of a second. It's effective. And it works great for a lot of people, especially if you have fine hairs or they're quite straight in the root. That said, some people find it may cause a little bit more redness because it's hot. It's hot just below the surface of the skin. We do watch carefully and make sure with our currents that we're not so hot that we're going to cause any damage to the surface of your skin. But we do want to cause damage to the follicle. So it's a little bit of a dance to get to just the right working point. We start at a nice low level and gradually work up until the hairs are coming out smoothly, but we're not seeing an abnormal skin reaction. And that's what we call the flash or thermolysis or high frequency. There's many different terms in the electrolysis world. The other method of electrolysis is really great for really thick, strong, coarse hairs, or hairs that are a bit curved or curly or distorted at the bottom, which can often happen from years of plucking or waxing. You pull a hair out by the root, and as it grows back, it actually grows deeper and thicker and more curved. You can imagine that using a straight probe and trying to go down into this follicle, if it's straight up and down, that's fine. But if it's curved, it's hard to get a straight probe into exactly the right spot, which is right where the hair is growing from. So then what we use is galvanic, or we use the blend. It's the original method of electrolysis that was delivered in the late 1800s. For that one, instead of one little targeted spot, we're actually going to create a little closed system, a little loop. Kind of imagine like a battery, like you're the potato, and it's a potato battery. What you're going to do is you're going to hold on to this metal electrode with one hand. It's not going to zap your hand or make you feel any tingles or currents or anything like that. It's such a small current that you're not even going to feel it. And then we're going to put the electrode or probe into the hair. And instead of a quick zap, we're going to depress our foot onto the foot pedal, and there'll be a slower warming sensation over about 10 to 12 seconds. Rather than giving a quick zap, that slow warming is actually heating up in the follicle and creating lye, sodium hydroxide, just from the natural occurring water in your follicles. And that acid, that small amount of acid, is actually going to bathe the hair follicle and gradually kill the hair cells at the base of that follicle over several seconds or even minutes. So it's great if you've got really thick, strong ones. It's a slower process to deliver the current, but if you've got really thick, coarse hairs, it may be more effective for you in the long run. It also tends to have a little bit less redness and less immediate side effects. Both options are great. They're both effective. And when used safely, they're both wonderful for getting you results.